Olugbsean, welcome to the broadcast. You know what I'm saying? For those who have subscribed, appreciate the subscribe. Shouts out to y'all. Hope all is well. And those who are in the future going to do so, appreciate it as well. Make sure you like, share this to somebody. But yo, let's tap into this. You know, the way that I feel right now is something totally different, right? Maybe you guys may be feeling the same thing. However, but yo, let's get into this thing. You feel me? There's a part that most people haven't seen yet. There is a part other elsewhere that people have seen about the essence of me, what I hold within myself, and what the Most High has given me, which is something phenomenal. Shouts out to the Most High as well. We want to pay homage to the Most High, our ancestors, our spiritual team, and also ourselves. And last but least, all those who doubted us, right? We have many people who doubted us. There are many people who looked at us based on the way that we look. You know what I mean? Clothes that we wore, the way that we talked. It was profound to have ignorance. They always say it's a price to pay, right? There's a price to pay for everything, even if you do not clearly understand what that price is. But the results is when it's time to cash out, right? Or when it's time to pay. You know, it's like totaling something up. As you total something up, you realize, oh, I got to go in my pocket and decide which way I'm going to pay for this purchase. But anyway, my point is, your enemies got to pay for what they do, what they've done, what they would continuously to do. There's plenty enemies out there. You know, the skits and stuff like that, for some apparent reason, I could have made a mistake on my end. I could say YouTube did it, but it don't even matter because at the end of the day, nobody could never stop God's will. No one. No one's going to never be able to stop God's will. Look at where I'm at. Look at where you're at. No one's going to ever stop God's will because his will shall be done. You know, on the other platform, there was a message that I had given the people about or spoken about. In the scripture, it said that the Most High said, I shall make your enemies your footstool. And you know, when I read the Bible at the time that I read it so much, that's one of the things that stood out. And you know, spiritually, I understood it's we're gonna make sure they bow down. To simplify it, by all means, you know what I mean. He made sure that your enemies was gonna bow down based on the fact that they feel like because of what you look like, how you talk, and how you act, what you have and don't have dictates and determines what you will have. See, this is the crazy part, right? People have a big problem judging people, but they ain't even got their own shit together. You feel me? How is it that you could judge somebody, but you don't have your own shit together? And then you have people who half-ass, and then they get caught slipping, right? So, all right, so boom. So last night, for example, I am a streamer. So I went to somebody else's stream, and I don't recall the word that they used because it was a different type of word that I had not heard before, but I understood the lingo. You know, the lingo was like, I'm for everybody, right? Me having a conversation with a woman doesn't mean I'm for them. Me having a conversation with many women doesn't mean I'm sexually involved with them. Don't I have the right to actually choose? Or I don't have the right to choose? I'm trying to figure that out. Because, I mean, like, I understand that men like to do certain things, and I may be that type of man that like to do certain things, but what people have to understand, because I like to do it, don't mean I'm going to do it. Like, I do have a lot of self-control. You can't just go jumping into bed with anybody. But anyway, that was a projection. So she fired me up, right? Because she let me know that she was one of the ops. A lot of time, what's good, y'all? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? I appreciate the encouraging words. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate you, Smokey. So I'm just here to tell a little story, man. I just want to tap in with y'all too because I hadn't seen y'all in a minute. I have been busy and stuff like that. And then, the Most High have been giving me a lot of messages and stuff. It be sometimes just be overflowing. I just like, you know what I'm saying? But you always catch me when I'm doing something like putting in some work. You know what I'm saying? Handling business. Um, but I try to write notes down and stuff like that. You know, um, but getting back into what I was saying about the female. So I'm gonna tell y'all some deep stuff in a second. Everything I say is deep, but anyway, moving forward. So she said something slick last night, and then I was like, okay, boom. I'm using my gift. I always use my gift, man. I just don't. I have to. It's very important that you use your gift. Do not doubt yourself. When you have a gut instinct about something, or you're not for sure about something, don't make a decision. I tell people don't make a decision based on the fact that you're not for sure of making this decision, because you can also mess your own self up, or you can mess somebody else up, and you will be held accountable. No, there's judge of all judges, which is the Most High. There's a whole courtroom in the spiritual realm on everybody, all of us. You feel me? They have a court every day, all day. No sleep. Spiritual beings do not sleep. Only we don't be sleep either. It just be our body that be sleep. But anyway, so she said some stuff that I really didn't like. And at that time for me, in the past, well, before I got to the point where I was, so the very past, I used to bark. Like, when I mean bark, like, back at people real quick. Like, sometimes I would get them before they get me, whatever. It wasn't about a tit for tat or I get you first, because I've seen grown people talk about they want to have the last word type stuff. I'm not into that either. But so, and then there was a part of me where I was just passive and didn't say anything. And I would pick and choose. But now, the way that the Most High got me, I don't know if you chosen actually out there in the same essence where you just not taking nothing from nobody. But like for me, I'm not trying to hear it. Like, I'm not on no revenge, but I'm most definitely, I know my mouth. My mouth is bad. I am a Virgo. And people who ran into a Virgo, you underestimate them, they got that rude awakening. You can get the sweet side or you can get the bitter side. People say we bitter and sweet. You know what I'm saying? I don't have any intentions of being bitter, but I do know you have to have both in this world, because the world is wicked. You have a lot of wicked ass people out here who actually pretend to be who they say they're not. And you have to use God in order to navigate in this planet to survive. If you don't have the Most High on your side, you're in the world of trouble. And if nobody don't believe that, look at the guy who got shot in the back of his head. He was on the other side. The Most High said, I'm going to reveal all your enemies. Let me tell you about the people. I'm getting ready to prophesy to y'all. Any and everything I always been a gift of foresight. The gift of foresight is the ability to see beyond the physical realm and beyond extraordinary situations where other people cannot see. Meaning, what I'm about to tell y'all is some of the stuff that is not shown in the public, but it's done in the public. For example, all right, so the people in the higher ups, this is how their structure works. You have the different occults, you have the different organizations, right? You have those who don't know about spiritual work, they don't know about witchcraft, voodoo, and etc., right? But they put their money in on it to get the benefits from it, right? So you look at that CEO, for example, this what happened to him. He put his money in, what I've been shown, he put his money in, he's been doing it for a long time. And the crazy part about it is that these people be sacrificing one another at some given time and given cost. There's a secret meeting that's met among that circle who they're going to annihilate. If you look at the Twin Towers and all that stuff is the same stuff. This is how the devil be tricking people out of their spot. This is how the devil be, his objective is lie, steal, kill, and destroy. That's what he does. He does that very well. But in order for the devil to actually kill anyone, people have to put themselves in situations to be annihilated. If you look at the book of Job, right? If you go in the Bible and you read the book of Job, even if you don't feel like reading the whole thing, read one page at a time. And as you read it, you will see that the devil came to God and asked God, could he actually tempt Job? He would tempt Job to actually turn his back. So the chosen, for those who are disencouraged, and those who are encouraged, That is a great, excellent story to read based on your circumstances, based on what you've been through, that many have not heard your story. And many, although very few, have heard your story based on your relatives, which they stink, based on your so-called friends, which they stink, which based on all your exes, they stink, and all them fake people who showed you fake love, they stink. All of them stink, okay? Yeah, they might have had more money than you. Yeah, they might have had that ride better than you. But guess what they didn't have? A pure heart, pure intentions, and they don't have favor with the Most High at all. The devil give things too. You know what I'm saying? So I tell people all the time, like the devil give things too. So evil get material things and good get material things. But the question is, P. Diddy, Jay-Z, and many more to come, do you get to keep them? But see, no, you don't get to keep them because you stole them. It's things about them that people don't even really know about them. Do you know how much spiritual work and how much money these people were paying just to stay in the position that they have been in for such a long time? And then you look at, listen, it's so many documentations or videos that talks about so much wickedness of people, especially in music industry, how they practice with demons and so forth, so on, over the music. And this would get people in this hypnotic state and start doing all this crazy stuff and start lashing out on their kids and lashing out on themselves and lashing out on their partners, lashing out on the community. Yeah. You know what? Let me tell you something. This is prophecy too. If you think the music industry is not going to pay for what all the lives that they took in, because you got to remember all these people working, they work together. If you think about a satanic church, right? They all work together. Who will allow such a thing to exist of devil worshipers? Who will allow? Now, the thing that they go with is law, right? That is their law. Their law is not the Most High. That's why they're out of order. If anybody paid attention in the Bible, they call him Jesus, but you know, that's their deity. But if you look at it, Yahshua was warning those individuals about worshiping other things. And not only that, they wasn't putting the Most High first. Solomon was able to worship them other things because he was putting the Most High first, but then he stopped putting the Most High first, and that's what the Most High was warning him about. I'm telling you different things, y'all, so you shouldn't be getting confused. I'm telling you little different things to make this thing short and simple versus talk a long time about certain things. Hopefully I don't have to go back and check nothing that I've already said. I'm just going with the flow. I'm going what I'm shown to actually tell you, but anyway, so these people been working together, like they've been doing this for a very long time. And a lot of people been having spells on them for a very long time. People have been trying to figure out why you're not manifesting your husband and wife and children and your abundance and getting past, you know, beyond that. It was beyond slavery. This thing was deeper than slavery. Let me just bring you back a little bit. Hey, how you doing? Appreciate the love, y'all. Make sure y'all like, share, and follow. Make sure y'all follow me and share this broadcast. Share some of those them short clips to other people, man. Show them the love that's out here, because a lot of people think love not out here. It's been out here. I know. I was that person that was in the fog, you know what I'm saying, the smoke screens, thinking that the smoke screen just meaning something in front of you that's not actually real. The Matrix, you feel me? So yeah, real love is out here. But so back to what I was saying is that these people have been doing this thing for a very long time, and it's crazy because before phones even came out and stuff like that, I've been talking about this stuff, like just like in the community. People like, oh, nah, and you weird and you don't know what you're talking about. But the whole time, I still never gave up. You know what I mean? Regardless if I took breaks or regardless if I called myself quitting, God don't assign any quitters. That's why we're the chosen. You feel me? That's why we're chosen. He don't sign any quitters, man. We don't quit. Do you remember all those times, those moments that you just like, man, I quit, man, I give up, and when it's gonna happen? But see, there's things in the scripture, and then there's other people testimony talks about having patience. How patience is a virtue. how the evolution is so greater than you can ever imagine. I can remember how small-minded I was thinking about what I desire. But I told the Most High, I'd rather have what you want to give me. And it's way greater than my little pinky brain. Meaning my brain work, don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying we think small on the scale beyond how the Most High think. He want to give us everything. Especially how loyal and how much stuff we've been through. We talking about from healing, being traumatized, then re-heal, then being traumatized, then re-heal. We didn't do like everybody else. We didn't get traumatized and then, let everything go. We didn't do that. We re-healed. You know what I'm saying? And then we start tapping in more with the Most High, going through all the homelessness, and some days you didn't have no work and some days you didn't have none at all. Some days motherfucker fired you for no reason, but they had a reason. Everything has a reason behind it. And then, I ain't even gonna lie. Some of them things just got to me. And then I started just waiting. And then I started listening to the Most High. And he just started showing me, like, I'm gonna show you why you needed to be fired. And the reason why we needed to be fired because we our own boss. We got so many skills and talents, and even being blessed to be receiving even limitless other talents and skills that's never been seen before. That's how, when we talk about the Most High, we're talking about infinite. We're talking about infinite blessings. We're talking about infinite resources, anything unknown and known. People don't have access to that. So this is why you're going to have a lot of jealous people at you. I understand the jealousy, not literally now, but we're going to use the concept now. I understand it. And you just gotta just be on your P's and Q's. And you just gotta be happy that you are who you are. The Most High picked you because he knew nobody else was gonna be loyal. He knew people would quit. So all those things that people have not heard yet about your story, trust me, the Most High gonna put you in position so you could tell it. I was reflecting, right? I did a couple of videos for everybody. And I was thinking about when I was like 12, 13 years old, like 12. I had to be like 12. How talented at that time of my life as a kid. Most of y'all won't even believe this. I was playing on the varsity team at the age 12. Like way before they start showing, young kids now. I was a big kid. I was considered a fat boy. I literally wasn't fat, but I was considered fat. So to kind of tell y'all a little backstory about that, as a kid I was overweight, like 100 and something pounds. And the way that I looked like I can actually play like defensive line and stuff. I'm only using my opinion based off of what position they wanted me to play, like linebacker, defensive line, or a lineman. That's how big I was as a kid, right? But there was a phenomenal thing about me that I realized about myself that the coaches didn't see or knew about. That I was the fastest person on the team, literally. And so I had finally built up the confidence to actually ask the coach, like, hey, I don't want to play this defensive position. I want to play running back. He's like, nah, you can't play running back. But internally, he really wanted to say you were too fat to play running back. So that was a game that I needed to go in. And so what I ended up doing is telling the coach that I wasn't going in for the simple fact because you're not letting me play running back, and I don't want to play that position. I don't care to play it. And I did play it to see if I liked it, but I didn't like it, right? So what I realized about that is things are always possible, even when you think they're not possible. Based on the way we think and our thoughts and emotions put towards things is what we're going to manifest. So we have to be very mindful of being detailed and being sure about what we're going to manifest, because if we're not sure, we can actually sabotage our life, which we've experienced that many a times. So I want to throw that out there. Now to finish the story out, so he finally gave me an opportunity. So he put me at fullback. I'm like, nah, I don't want to play no fullback. I told him what I want to play. So he finally gave me the opportunity to play running back. So when he gave me the opportunity to play the running back, this is just a short story, y'all. Just show you how we have made it from being a child and just realizing a lot of great things about yourself. Um, so he gave me the opportunity to play tailback. He gave me that ball one time. It was like 60, 70, 80-yard run. And then from there, I blew up from there. So what I was end up doing, I was getting a lot of attention from junior high school, JVs, and high school. And I didn't even know that. But they had came to me. Matter of fact, I started football when I was like 10. They came to me around 10 or 11 years old about positioning, playing for the junior high and the JV squad at the time. And me being little, but I was still a big kid compared to other kids with big, they felt like I could fucking do it, which is crazy. But I ended up playing a lot of positions. I ended up playing on the kickoff return team. I ended up playing being defensive back starter, starting tailback. I played a little bit of receiver, all that shit. So I was real good. But the point is this, right? There was an event that happened in my life as a kid when I was 13. I think I was 13. No, 12. 12 years old. And so I got sent away. A crime that I did not commit. And I'm telling y'all this story for a reason. There's certain stuff I can't say on here, so I have to be very particular about how I say and what I say. But I stayed incarcerated as a child all the way up until my 18th birthday. And, I fought tremendously for my life. I've seen relatives that didn't care for me. I've seen relatives only visit me one time. I've seen relatives abandon me when I was already abandoned when I did have my freedom. I got manipulated, you know what I mean? And I signed some paper as a kid that I didn't understand. And I believe the white man who actually told me it was okay, that they want to do some more research and evaluation and stuff like that, as like more like rehabilitation. And then I'll be, be back home or whatever. So that was the reason why I signed that paper. But if I knew what I knew that I knew now, I would have never signed it because I didn't do nothing wrong. And be honest with you, on my dark side, I would take him up out of here, straight up, because he messed my life up. Not so much about the career of football, but just mentally. I was already a damaged child. I already was in damaging and abandonment and neglect circumstances. On top of being transitioned from my parent to my grandparent who just fucking was no better. You know what I mean? It was no fucking better. So then stacked on top of that around a bunch of kids that I knew I shouldn't have been around. I should have never been around them type of kids. Them kids were fucking bad. And I wasn't a bad kid. I was just a kid that needed some love. That was it. You know what I'm saying? So me searching for love all the way since a kid, all the way up to adult, I learned how to love myself. I learned that when people start showing me shit that I do not like, that I know it's not healthy for me or them, I'm not fucking with you. Like my cutoff game is crazy. Like I had to go through these past 4 or 5 years to cut myself off from learning that my value and my worth and my purity that I give without having to break my neck to show people that I'm a genuine person, I'm not fucking doing it. If you can't see it off rip, it's not happening. I don't know what to tell you. Ain't no comeback and there's no none of that. And y'all need to have that same thing. And person said, well, damn, is you mad or do you have an attitude? I'm not mad. I don't have an attitude. I have zero tolerance. And see, the thing about it is, for chosen and collective, and for those who are not either one, you have the opportunity like anybody. It's up to you. Nobody can force you to be great. Only you can force your life to be great by making changes in your mental state and the way that you speak and the way that you maneuver. You feel me? That's the only way it's going to happen. Nobody can do it for you. Nobody can hold your hand. God can't hold your hand. God can guide you to the water, but only you can drink it. So what I'm saying to say is that all that I went through, the humiliation rituals, the spells people did, all the backlash, all the evil eye, all the lies, all the stealing, the manipulation, the deception, standing right here. And we talking about 4 or 5 years ago, a little bit longer than that, but I've been going through witchcraft ever since a kid. I always was trying to figure out why people didn't like me. Why was people mean to me when I was showing nothing but love? Not gonna get emotional either. I feel it, but yo, it's hard for me to cry now. I noticed that. Maybe I shouldn't be crying. Maybe it's not meant to be. I don't even question it. But my lips a little chapped, so you're gonna catch me. I lick my lips a lot anyway, but it's cold out here and you're gonna catch me doing that. So I ain't trying to turn no ladies on and stuff like that or mess with nobody's lady. You feel me? You know, on some respect shit. But I realized in them 4 or 5 years being where I was at, especially as a streamer, that these people had to teach me a lesson about how to love myself and how to let go and how to know who's for me and who's not for me. And at first, I'm gonna be honest with you, I wasn't seeing it that way. I was very upset. At times, I was depressed or sad, high, or feeling some type of way, whatever you want to call it. And then God actually showed me, he said, no, what the reason why I allowed that to happen so you can know what real love is, what real self-love is versus just saying it. He said you got a lot of people saying they know what self-love is, but then when it come down to situation, it gets the best of them. So you had to go through that. And the reason also why you've been through so much stuff to tell the world that you've been through it, because if you can't tell them what they are experiencing or have experienced or will experience, how can you connect with them? So I stopped fighting a lot of stuff and started seeking, you know, clarity and understanding. You know, there's a passage that talks about the serenity prayer. Just look up the serenity prayer, and that's going to be explanatory versus me messing it up versus me not. I didn't try to remember it because there's no need. It's already within my spirit. It's already in my soul. It's already in my mind, my heart. So I know what it means. I know the meaning of it. So my thing is, y'all, you can do whatever it takes. You're just going to have to fight these demons. You're going to have to beat their ass down because they trash. And guess what else? The people that love them, that will never change, which there is people that have to be who they are, they're there to teach you a lesson. You there to teach them the lesson. The question is, who's going to win, you or them? And if you know what I know and you serve the Most High, are you willing to transition from the dark to the light and serve the Most High? There's none can beat the Most High. Now, let me tell you another one. These people who think they run in the world, watch this. Watch. They gonna be begging. I promise you. I'm not pointing at y'all literally be pointing, but I promise you they gonna be begging. They already begging. Don't get it twisted. Cause you're not seeing nothing on the news like, oh, there ain't nothing happening. Oh yeah, shit happening. Yeah. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. One thing not to ever do is play with the Most High's chosen, and one thing to never ever do is act like you the one true creator. It's crazy how strategic the Most High has been for many, many hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. It's not like the Most High haven't sent people to this planet to actually evolve it. The people that he did send, they killed them. At least they thought they did. Just like Yahshua, aka Jesus. Now you think about it. When you read the Bible, it said that Yahshua was killed and then he raised from the dead. So was he literally dead? See, people have this consumption when you die in this physical body, you're dead. There's no such thing. We don't die. It's proven fact. Why you think people honor their ancestors? They pour libation. Pouring libation meaning water at a tree, because the tree has so much energy and so much life, and it stands way beyond what I'm explaining, but I'm making it short and simple for understanding on just that standpoint. And no need to go in deep to a place that people have not been yet or understood the surface. So with that being said, if you think about it, Why they never wanted you to pay homage to your ancestors? Let me tell you why. Because when you pay homage to your ancestors, you wake your ancestors up. We talking about trillions of ancestors that give you all the knowledge and wisdom of what they actually experienced on the planet. And then on top of that, they give you the ability of their spiritual gifts if you are honored as a man or woman, meaning with integrity when people are not looking, as well as they are looking, to use those gifts wisely, because you're going to learn both sides, the light and the dark. They said, well, why would we learn the dark? The reason why you'll learn the dark, because you got wicked ass people out here. You got to put their ass in their place. See, your ancestors move different from the Most High. They don't give a fuck about taking nobody out. The Most High don't either, but he merciful, which means he give people so many, it's countless chances, man. We even experience how many times the Most High just pop us on our butt, you know what I'm saying, smack our hand. All right, don't do that no more. I done had the Most High come to me several times. It was this bad incident that happened to me when I was in a relationship, and I was gonna take that girl out of here because it was so foul what she did. You know what I'm saying? Her and that dude, they did some real foul stuff. Maybe one day I may speak about it. Maybe one day I may not. I'm not gonna promise you that. Really don't care to talk about people from the past, but I will talk about them to a degree to let you know my story and how I got into this place and how real the Most High is. Because without me telling you a story, you won't know what I'm talking about. Now, some people feel like I'm talking about over here and over there. You got to keep up. The stories are short and simple. Ain't no need of talking long about anything unless it's needed. The channeling be going crazy in my mind. Like, it be just different stuff be telling me, and I have to keep up with it to the best of my ability and speak on it. I don't have people try to lash at me and like, oh, like say something like, yeah, you talking in circles. No, it's just that you can't comprehend. But if that, and see, my rebuttal to that, your life is in circles. Why can't you line it up? You know what I'm saying? Like, I could do a lot of stuff, but a lot of time I be saving them people because I don't try to hurt people's feelings. I'm telling you, it's yeah, all right. I'm just telling you. It's crazy over here, man. It can get crazy, man. But I'm riding with the Most High. People know that. Their relatives, they got to pay for what they've done, though. They paying. Trust me. So one of the messages, I got some, soul family out there that gave this message out. There's going to be a lot of people come to you, and they're going to want what it is that they feel or they think or they see. The most importantly, continuously to move the way that you're moving, which is silently. If you're not a person that moving silent, you need to. And I'm going to tell you something. If you don't do it, you're going to regret it. Most of y'all know and understand that there was at one point that you had a lot of things and you shared those lot of things with a lot of people, your time, your energy, your finances, your transportation, your love, or your travels, vacations and stuff like that. You can't do that no more. Meaning you can't afford to go and get a blessing from the Most High if that's what the Most High had for you. I don't know, but I'm speaking in general, hypothetically, if that is the case, to go back and do the same thing that you had to learn when you was like 18, 20. Some of y'all are even younger than that, but some of y'all that's younger than that, or around the age rather to say, I mean not say younger than that, I meant to say around 18, 20s, whatever, that you just need to understand that we are here to set the right way, if you want that way, versus the wrong way that you being misled. I'm gonna get on here one time and talk about that, those that's in their 20s, you know what I'm saying? Or those of us in the 30s. And I don't know if I can reach people in the 40s and 50s because a lot of people are already stuck in their way, but I'm not saying people are not open-minded to change or something different from what they've been seeing or somebody speaking the truth. I've always been that kid as a truth. That's why I always got in trouble in school. I always went against the grain. I mean, even incarceration. God was telling me yesterday how there was many situations that my relatives had set up for me to go to jail. That's why I went to jail so many times. Yeah, it hurt now in the moment to say that because a lot of us cared for them. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna cry. A lot of us cared for them and they had no right to do the shit they done. And excuse me, I never realized the people in the street when I had to live in the street and I had to hustle and I had to do all whatever I had to do to survive. Nobody had my back. I never realized how wicked people can be, man. And God knew if he'd have told me this, what I know now back then, I would have smoked them. Not gonna sit here and sugarcoat nothing. I would have did them dirty like they did me and whoever else they done dirty. You know, I have a relative that she don't even realize and know that she killed my mother, yo. She killed my mother. She killed my dad. She killed my grandfather. She killed her own children, bro, which is his children because they was married. She just my step. He knew my heart had to change. He knew my heart had to change because he already knew that I already fought many battles fighting against people in the streets, fighting against relatives, fighting against enemies, people who pretended to be my friend, all that. He knew that he had to wait to tell me that, but he knew that I deserved to know what happened to my mother. I remember my mother coming to me as a kid in my sleep and telling me that she loved me. And you know what's crazy? I try not to cry, but I need to shed these tears. When I talk about I'm a tough person, man, I'm very tough. It take a lot for me to cry. And all this is just pain that I've endured. But I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed. I don't care nothing about nobody joking, laughing, hee hee, ha ha, none of that. If people know what I know, when it comes down to messing with the chosen, it's the worst mistake you can ever make. If nobody believe me, go do your homework. Go do your homework. But excuse me. But people just don't understand. It made me think about 2016 right now. I was going through a spiritual warfare as the usual. I had the very person, elder that I've respected and looked up to attack me for no reason because of whatever they wanted or whatever ways they weren't getting. And that my life is my life. My life is not catered to other people to be controlled. It's not. I'm the only vessel in this body. Who is supposed to control it besides me and the breath that the Most High gives? So with that being said, it remind me of the young lady when I went, excuse me, and got a reading. And she told me what was going on in my life by my enemies put a death spell on me. I don't know how many death spells. I can't even count on my finger how many death spells has been sent or done. And so, you know, this was told to us, it's forbidding to deal with anyone who deals in spirituality. But it was a fucking lie. It was for you to stay stuck. You gotta be cautious about who you deal with, of course, but it's no fucking different than them who actually was doing the shit and those who didn't. And those who didn't do it, they paid somebody else to fucking do it. So it's no different. The hands of one, the hands of all. And so how I came up with my name is where I'm getting at, which is Olabade Olugbsean. And the interesting concept about it is, come to find out, I don't call myself no inbred, but I have real strong background roots in Indian ancestors or native ancestors and African ancestors and even Irish ancestors. And there's much more, but the DNA is it goes so far back in royalty. We talking about ancient beings. I'm actually connected to the I'm gonna recall them something else. I'm thinking about the Bible right now in my mind, y'all. So I think of it in a second. I'll come back to it, but let me get to the point. So I okay, here we go. The Egyptians. My bloodline goes all the way that far back, without even doing a DNA and all of that, just based on the downloads that I get and how the Most High be telling me things about my past and stuff like that. So people don't know about those ancestors and stuff like that. Very powerful, really untouchable. So you think about those ancestors and the ones before them, and then all throughout those years, all the way up to now. You're very powerful. You're looking at the outside of you, but you have to look at your bloodline, the thoughts that's going to come to your mind. The Most High is going to show you things about who you are, what your ancestors carry. That's why they was healers. That's why we can heal with our hands. I can heal literally with my hand. I can, well, I can't tell you a certain thing that I was told not to tell, but anyway, I remember that. But anyway, so my first name is of course, Olabade. Olabade means the return of my wealth. And then Olugbsean means the return of the Avenger. Now, the point that I'm saying that a lot of people don't know how to pronounce the name. I understand that. And I gave the white man his fucking slave name back, even though I still have to use it to sign, checks and stuff like that. But I've been gave the slave owner and all the other colonizers, which wasn't just only white people. It was many nations, many different cultures. As we still see today, people think it's white men that's running the world. No, it's a bunch of them that comes together and they do their thing. As far as what they have done to masses of people, they don't care about people, so you shouldn't be thinking and expecting them to care about you. They don't care. You got people who are homeless, people who don't have food, people are getting killed, people don't have work, all that. In all actuality, you don't have to work. The sun, that light right there, if it didn't come out, we would all be gone. That what gives life to the planet. And because of that, the Most High provide us that for free. So that they got people paying light bills and all this crazy stuff just to make their ego and stroke their ego to make them feel good. That's how deep I can get. I'm only giving you guys a bare minimum. Y'all ain't seen shit. Because the people be doing witchcraft against my gifts, so I won't talk or have certain energy a certain way to make you feel what you're supposed to feel. Not in a negative way, but make you be like, oh shit. Yeah, I got to tell somebody about him. I'm not even worried. The time will come. I'm not even worried. I didn't come when I get on live. I don't be dressing to impress. I can dress to impress, and when I decide to do it, people are like, "Damn, that's not the same person." Just like female the other day seen a picture of me because I grew my beard out. I usually keep my beard down. I usually have a low haircut, shape up, whatever. She's like, that's scary because I don't look the same. I don't. Now a lot of my pictures don't look the same. I'm a shapeshifter. Chosen are shapeshifters. It can be good or bad. Just depends what somebody's trying to do or what the chosen actually is or is not paying attention to. But anyway, sum the story up. But the point of it is going the time that that young lady gave me that, told me that the Most High, because she's very intuitive. And when you do divination, that's where you're going in spiritual realm. You're asking the Most High for information. You're going on a deeper level with it. But then you got other people don't ask the Most High. They be going seeking other different entities and deities. And there ain't nothing wrong with the entity and deity. It's their request, their intentions, what they're seeking is the problem. Witches is not the problem. Their intentions is what the problem is. You see what I'm saying? Warlocks. Because the energy they got, they could be doing it for good, but that's not their assignment. So that's not their assignment to do good thing. Their assignment to be in the dark and do wicked. Witches and warlocks hate the chosen. We're seers, healers, and what else it said? Seers, healers, and we speak out on the wrong shit. So their job is to attack us, and our job is to put their ass in their place. That's what your job is to do with a witch who want to play you. And what they fail to realize, or they starting to recognize for those who have, besides the ones we gonna end up either meeting or not know about, is they gonna fuck around and find out, like the rest of them did. They feel like because you can't see them physically, they cloaked. Energy doesn't fucking lie. Like, don't need to see, and you got a whole backup, like we said before. You got the Most High, you got spiritual team, you got ancestors, and them same deity and entity, they respect you. So it's nothing for them to damn turn around and fuck them up, which they're gonna do that anyway. So that's their demise. You feel me? Excuse me. That's another whole ball game. But getting to the point about the name, I realized I was like, well, what do that mean? And then when I talked about Africa descendants, now I see the connection with that. The ancestors and the Most High was giving me my name that I originally would have had if we had not been in slavery and been given these forced names that we tend to go by and accept, not understanding you had the free will to be who the hell you want to be. You don't have to listen to this shit. All this shit is being destroyed. Like, people gonna be shocked that a very selective few people who came to this planet, because that's what the chosen came to this planet to do. Your mission, your assignment is to not only heal, but be part of the evolution and resurrect this planet from all the things that has demised it for such a long time. And you're gonna be the one that's in the light. You know what I'm talking about. If you have transitioned from doing messed up things, thinking messed up things, hanging around messed up people, you know, drinking, smoking, whatever, and some of the addictions are not easy to let go, but more importantly to say about the addiction, being a casual drinker is nothing wrong with that. I won't advise smoking, but I can't tell you what to do about smoking. You know what I'm saying? Been there, do that, whatever. But what I'm saying to say is that either way it go, long as you continuously love on yourself, which is so important, it's going to take you a long way. You have to be able to lead by example based off of not only that, but many different things to show people there is genuine people out here. There is real love out here and so forth, so on. You know what I mean? So however this thing go, just know that the Most High love you. All is always well. As you can see, I already explained my name. And I realized with my name being like that, it gave me the opportunity to understand more of who I am. I just had to go back to that for a second, just throw that out there. I noticed like there is somebody which is a karmic, probably 9 out of 10, or it can be a, what are they telling me? It can be a, I'm looking for the word, be a, I can't even think of the word, but anyway, that's somebody that comes to my lives that actually likes me. That's what I say about that. And then you may have one that's an enemy that come and peek back and forth, because a lot of y'all don't know that it shows the back and forth. It says peek. It shows you how many times a person peek or people peeking. But anyway, anywho, in any event, hope all is well, man. Blessing to y'all, man. It's your boy Olabade Olugbsean, the chosen, the venture. Yo, we out here. And yo, people try to tamper with my throat chakra and my speaking abilities, because they were doing all kinds of spells. But ain't nothing changed. I know when to turn up and when not to turn up. Don't let the looks deceive you, and don't let the words that come out my mouth deceive you either. Ain't nothing changed, because the Most High gonna make sure I'm straight. And there's some straightening going on when it's time to present. But anyway, later.